modani, 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 lefanecha, modani, 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 lefanecha. Ruach Chai V'Kayam, Ruach Chai V'Kayam, Ruach Chai V'Kayam, Ruach Chai V'Kayam. Modani, 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 lefanecha, modani, 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 lefanecha. Ruach Chai V'Kayam, Ruach Chai V'Kayam, Ruach Chai V'Kayam, Ruach Chai V'Kayam. Modani, 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 lefanecha, modani, 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 lefanecha. Ruach Chai V'Kayam, Ruach Chai V'Kayam, Ruach Chai V'Kayam, Ruach Chai V'Kayam. Modani, 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 lefanecha, modani, 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 lefanecha. Ruach Chai V'Kayam, Ruach Chai V'Kayam, Ruach Chai V'Kayam, Ruach Chai V'Kayam. Welcome to KZOOM, and the KZOOM of the days of awe. So this is the awesome KZOOM. And we gather here around this journey, and it's a journey inward to the Holy of Holies that we get to on Yom Kippur. And finding our way to the Holy of Holies means working through some of our stuff, so we can clear the way into that innermost chamber. So I thought, I think I would like to begin with a breath practice And the breath practice that I like to do sometimes is one that I call heaven and earth breathing. And heaven and earth breathing really establishes a vertical flow of energy. And with our KZOOM, we want to really have this horizontal connection between us as a circle. And what I've found is that if I first take a little bit of time to really establish the vertical connection, then it's much easier to connect our circle together. So the practice begins with something that is called heart breathing, and it's using your imagination to imagine that the breath is moving into the heart, and wherever you imagine, that's where energy goes. And so as we breathe into the heart, we're trying to find the innermost place, and as you breathe out from the heart, you're breathing out from that innermost place. So let's just take a couple minutes to breathe in that way. Just gently, gently. And with each breath, really trying to find that innermost place and allow the breath to be sourced there from the depths. And I like to use my hand to just trace the flow of energy in case I get distracted. It helps me to stay focused. And as you breathe in, imagine you're breathing in from all directions. And as you breathe out, imagine you're radiating out from all directions. And this time, as we breathe into the heart, we're going to hold it there for a moment. And then imagine exhaling down into the earth. Taking all that heart energy, sending it into the earth, and then breathing up from the earth, all of the earth energy, breathe it up into the heart. Pause a moment, and then send that breath up through the crown of your head, up into the heavens. And then on the in-breath, pull that heaven energy down through the crown, let it rest in the heart. And now exhale down into the earth. Inhale up into the heart. Exhale up through the crown, reaching higher, 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 higher. And then reaching up into the heavens, breathing that energy down into the heart. And every time you send that breath down into the earth, it goes a little deeper. Every time you send the breath up into the heavens, it goes a little higher. And every time you bring the energy of heaven or earth into your heart expands to receive that breath. The next time you come into the heart, we'll just return to heart breathing and let that breath move in every direction, out and in. And then before I open my eyes, I just like to notice what the effect of the practice is and feel that we are this connector between heaven and earth. And from there we can draw on both the, the Torah says, we call on heaven and earth as our witnesses. And what better witness than to feel the power of heaven and earth inside, in your heart. So And I invite you just to, as we begin now, to look around the Zoom room to establish that horizontal connection now, meaning like open your hearts to the people that are here, to say we are going to do some practice together that's going to prepare us to enter the Holy of Holies. It's what we need. And if there's anybody who can show their face, it's you inspire us with your face. So I wanted, I planned this a while ago, of starting with this. Is there somebody on mute? To this practice, which is called the power of not knowing. But I didn't know why I needed it so bad until today. As I was preparing for Yom Kippur, I fell into kind of a Jewish hole, I think, which the Jewish hole says, okay, the more that you know, the better it's going to be, Like somehow I tried to read like 10 books at a time, because I thought, and then I heard this little voice finally, after sort of obsessing about like, oh, I need to learn more, I need to learn more, I need to learn. And then a little voice said to me, you're not going to get any smarter before Yom Kippur. You just need to relax and open. And this practice that says the power of not knowing really is the contradiction. At times when I've done conversions for people, sometimes they fell into that trap of like, oh no, I don't know enough. And I say, it's not about how much you know. So I need to tell that to myself too at times, it's not about how much you know, it's about your intention. And the purifying of that intention in order to step onto a path. And I think that's true right now is that the preparation for Yom Kippur is to surrender, and open up to the power of not knowing. And these words, I think, are really important at a time when we don't know. There's so much we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen, in the world.
God help us.
But we want to let go of that attitude.
Okay, I had to say it so I can let it go. Bezrat Hashem, with God's help.
So we want to open up to the unexpected. We want to open up to the resources inside us that are waiting to be unlocked. And when we say, when we say you don't know how you're going to serve until you get there, it comes with a hidden kind of confidence that when I get there, I'll know what to do. I'll know how to respond because I'll be fully present and connected to all the resources within me, which is not just in me, but beyond me. All of those divine resources. And so I want to take this little journey with you into not knowing and take some courage to let go of everything you think you know or any kind of grasping after what you think maybe you should know. And it's a journey towards trust, the trust in the moment, that what you need in order to serve, in order to respond wisely, will be there. And it will be there because you have relaxed, you have opened. See if we can go there. with each repetition of the chant, see if like, oh, am I letting go of more of my anxiety about knowing? Just keep letting go. Lo neda manavo etia adboeinu shama. Lo neda manavo etia adboeinu shama. Lo neda manavo etia adboeinu shama. Lo neda manavod 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 etia
Lo neda manavo etia adboenu shama lo neda manavo etia adboenu shama.
As we enter into that vast space of unknowing, we want to just relax. Relax on the inside. Just open to the vast, vast potential of not knowing. The adventure of not knowing. The beauty of infinite possibilities. And the confidence that in each moment there are resources. There are treasures. And if we let go of what we think we know as defense against, there's something that might keep us safe. If we let that go, we can receive something unexpected, unimaginable. So what I know so clearly is that the greatest resource we have is in each other, in the connection that we have. And there is this way that when we see each other, we also send each other. I can send you to your depths, and you can send me to mine. And to me, that is kind of the definition of friendship, of community. Is there's some place that I might not be able to access until you look at me in just the right way, and see it. So this practice that says, arise, kumilach, arise,
My friend.
rayati, yafati, my friend, and so I'm establishing this friendship with the world, with you. Kumilach, arise, and I'm seeing your beauty, and you are seeing my beauty. And then we say to each other, Eluchilach, which I translate just very literally as go to yourself. Go to yourself. Go to that place that you haven't even met yet. And use the power of of this connection that we have, to be like something that sends you. And so I really want every relationship to be that sending. And I think of a relationship with humans and also non-humans. I want every to be able to have every tree send me, every rock send me, and to be able to hear this kind of go for it, which is that tree saying, well, I'm being totally me. Can you be totally you? Can you become self-realized? And I always say self-realized means God-realized. It's the same thing. When we completely go to ourselves, then we are going to the God within, because that's who we really are. And so I want to chant this chant as being the saving grace. And I want to chant it in a way that we are chanted, that we are hearing this chant. We are, that God is asking us to rise up into our potential, and and that the world somehow, which seems so dangerous, is in this moment, becoming our friend, our ally. Even difficult things in life are sending me to some place in me that I didn't know was there. Maybe especially those dangerous things. So I want to receive that sending, and I want to give it as well. So we're going to start out with our eyes closed. Well, actually, you might have to, if you don't know the words, you can look at the words, but at some point to close your eyes and so see if you can receive this. And then at some point we'll open our eyes and we can chant this to each other in a very kind of like one person at a time kind of way, okay? Because we need each other. And it's almost as if I can't get to the Holy of Holies within me unless I see it reflected in you.
Kumilach Rayati Afati Kumilach Rayati Afati Kumilach Rayati Afati Kumilach Rayati Afati Ulech Rayati Afati Kumilach Rayati Afati Kumilach Rayati Afati Kumilach Rayati Afati Ulechila Rayati Afati Rayati Afati Kumila Rayati Afati Uletila 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 Uletila.
So let's just take one pause and find a face on this Zoom room and see if we can look into that face and sing in a way that is going to unlock the resource in you. It's going to send you. So each repetition of the chant will find another face that we could chant to. To say, arise, my friend, my beautiful one. Go for it. Kumila Rayati Afati Kumila Rayati Afati Kumila Rayati Afati Kumila Rayati Afati Uletila 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 Uletila. Another face. Kumila Rayati Afati Kumila Rayati Afati Kumila Rayati Afati Kumila Rayati Afati Uletila 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 Uletila. One more face. Kumila Rayati Afati Kumila Rayati Afati Kumila Rayati Afati Kumila Rayati Afati Uletila 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 Uletila. Close your eyes and feel yourself sent to that Holy of Holies within, the deepest place. So I think of this heart space as being a portal to the infinite, a portal to the divine embrace. And I need to get through and release or soften all of my defenses, all of the ways that I hide, all of the ways that I try unsuccessfully to keep myself safe. I need to be working with those, and I do that during the chant, and I'm letting go so that in the silence I can take refuge in this kind of vastness within. And this idea of taking refuge, you'd think it was a Buddhist thing or something, taking refuge in the Buddha and the Sangha, the Dharma. But it's a Jewish thing too, and all through the Psalms there is this, incredible idea of what does it mean to take refuge in the divine and to find yourself held, really, in that very large space. Held and carried and buoyant and connected, really. That place of, is that what that place of refuge is? And this is it's a crazy world we live in. So.
Oh boy. Oh yes, I have a good attitude about it though.
Right. It's a crazy world. I need to find refuge because that is the only way that I can find what I need to respond wisely and effectively to what this world is throwing. So, and the way I translate these words says that when it's like when my soul takes refuge in you, this is what happens. This grace flows, and the sense of grace flowing is that a kind of sense of perfection, of this movement of God in the world that is moving through us as instruments of the divine. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to get out of the way and open to that flow of grace. But there's some gesture that I need to do. There's some kind of surrender that I need to do to this, to be able to take refuge. And part of it is letting go of the illusion of control, and so that I can surrender to something larger that is actually here, right now, in me. So I wanted to chant these words on our journey to the Holy of Holies, and I think that just this to say Haneni, it says grace us, but I think there's a confidence there that is like, if I get out of the way, if I let go, if I drop those well cultivated defenses, and it feels like that's what Yom Kippur is about, is really coming into total humility in the face of death. That's where will find life. So let's do this practice as we journey to the Holy of Holies, opening to the flow of grace, with the commitment, to not stop at anything less than the whole thing, the oneness. Haneni Elohim, Haneni, Haneni Elohim, Haneni, Haneni Elohim,
Haneni Elohim, Haneni. O ki v'cha chasaya nafshi, ki v'cha chasaya nafshi. O ki v'cha chasaya nafshi, ki v'cha chasaya nafshi. Haneni Elohim, Haneni, Haneni Elohim, Haneni, Haneni Elohim, Haneni, Haneni Elohim, Haneni. O ki v'cha chasaya nafshi, ki v'cha chasaya nafshi. O ki v'cha chasaya nafshi, ki v'cha chasaya nafshi. Haneni Elohim, Haneni, Haneni Elohim, Haneni, Haneni Elohim, Haneni, Haneni Elohim, Haneni. O ki v'cha chasaya nafshi, ki v'cha chasaya nafshi. O ki v'cha chasaya nafshi, ki v'cha chasaya nafshi. Haneni Elohim, Haneni, Haneni Elohim, Haneni, Haneni Elohim, Haneni, Haneni Elohim, Haneni. O ki v'cha chasaya nafshi, ki v'cha chasaya nafshi. O ki v'cha chasaya nafshi, ki v'cha chasaya nafshi. Haneni Elohim, Haneni, Haneni Elohim, Haneni, Haneni Elohim, Haneni, Haneni Elohim, Haneni. O ki v'cha chasaya nafshi, ki v'cha chasaya nafshi. O ki v'cha chasaya nafshi, ki v'cha chasaya nafshi. Haneni Elohim, Haneni, Haneni Elohim, Haneni, Haneni Elohim, Haneni, Haneni Elohim, Haneni. O ki v'cha chasaya nafshi, ki v'cha chasaya nafshi. O ki v'cha chasaya nafshi, ki v'cha chasaya nafshi.
I feel like we're already going into Shabbat Shuvah. The great thing of having our KZOOM on Thursday nights is kind of, it feels like we start that Shabbat energy a bit early. And then when we come to Yom Kippur, it's called Shabbat HaShabbatot, the Sabbath of Sabbaths. It is the Holy of Holies. And the amazing thing about the journey of Yom Kippur, and I think a lot of us are going to be together on Yom Kippur, and I want to say, if you haven't printed out the Machzor, to do that. And also, there is this Al-Chet form, which is a way for us to anonymously contribute our own places of vulnerabilities. So make sure you fill that out and submit it by tomorrow, if you haven't yet.
Yeah, it's anonymous.
It's
So
anonymous.
We figured out a way to do that.
We figured out a way. So, the amazing thing about the journey of Yom Kippur, I think, is that at the very beginning of it, we sing Kol Nidre, which is a kind of an untangling of ourselves from the past, and it's really a magical kind of formula that we say that does that untangling, and then we are sort of set loose into the present moment. And there's these words that come after Kol Nidre, that I always listen to so intently, and it says, Vayomer Adonai, salachti kidvarecha, Vayomer Adonai, salachti kidvarecha, Vayomer Adonai, salachti kidvarecha. And God is saying to us, you're already forgiven. You're already forgiven. You're just starting out this Yom Kippur. And, I've already forgiven you just as you asked. Mm-hmm. That's this unconditional kind of place that we enter into in the very beginning of Yom Kippur. And I hold that promise in me all through. It's like, oh, I'm already forgiven. Now I need to forgive myself. Now I need to sort of work to getting clear to receive that forgiveness, to receive that grace. But it's told to me right at the beginning that it's there. So I just want you to listen for that and take it in, how profound that is to be able to know that as we step into the journey, as we go into all of our kind of efforting, all of the spiritual work that we do. God says, yeah, you can do all of that work, but it's already done also. You are already part of me, God says. So at the very end of Yom Kippur, these words that we're going to chant are some of the, are during Ne'ilah, the last service of Yom Kippur. And I call this practice sealed. It says, because every other service of Yom Kippur, it says, Nizacher it says, that you will be remembered and you will be written, in the book of life. But at the very end of Yom Kippur, the words change, and it's just once that this happens. That says that you're remembered and sealed, and that the place of putting the seal. It's like almost in the Song of Songs, we set a seal upon our hearts. Well, we become the seal upon God's heart at the end of Yom Kippur. And we are remembered and we are sealed into the presence of God. And so what I like to do during this time of preparation for Yom Kippur is to imagine, what is it like at the end of it? You know, what will that feel like after having gone through the journey? And in a way, I'm calling on my future self to inspire me. And if I was going to write something inside my heart and want it to be sealed there, what would that be? You know, what would you want? You know, and I think of this question of as we step into this new year, what is it that you really want to remember, that you want to have sort of that remembrance really imprinted on your heart? So take a moment to let that arise for you, and we'll chant these words that will seal that remembrance inside us. Lefanecha, in your presence, God. B'nei chatem lefanecha lizacher b'nei chatem hard and let that be sealed into your heart. So imagine your future self stepping in to the new year, feeling imprinted with that renewed truth inside you. And as you sense what that is, we can use that as a kind of a compass point as we journey to the Holy of Holies through Yom Kippur. And I know that some of us will be together, other people, we're going to send you to your communities to bring the power, the force of this journey to them. So let's take a couple minutes just to look around the Zoom room with that sense of blessing, sending.
Oh, yeah.
And some of us we will be together.
Mm-hmm. Oh, such sweet faces. Oh my goodness. Just beaming after doing this on Thursdays. It's just, it recharges my batteries, it feeds me, it nourishes me. Kind of have a feeling it does for you as well.
So I invite you to, if you haven't yet, to go to the website, give a little donation in honor of
Yes,
this
please.
energy that you are bringing. It's easy to do, and any amount is appreciated. And I just want to bless us all as we journey to the Holy of Holies, that that it be this kind of, it just feels like it has such the potential to transform us, and that's how we transform the world, is through this inner transformation. I just know that, and I don't know how, but it's something I know, that this is the direction we need to go, and that I want to, call on also, as we go into Yom Kippur, we also call on all the great souls who have passed during this past year, and to feel their life in us, their power in us, their inspiration in us, as we step through those gates. So I want to, one of the things we do just before Yom Kippur is we light that yahrzeit candle, and the flame that will go all the way through Yom Kippur is the flame of our beloveds, that is just entering deeper and deeper inside us, so that they can help sustain us in the world. And and sort of protect us from our worst inclinations. So, so I think that if it's possible to take a few minutes to be witnessed about what it is you are imprinting on your heart, that makes it even more powerful. I'm going to stop the recording.